Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome back. We are talking Life Sentence Episode 4, how Stella got her groove back, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let's go tonight.
So disgusting.
I love this.
And the lights with it.
I know, seriously, I love it. This is Stella got her groove back, guys. Stella, we are going to be talking tonight about Stella, her GED, Wes and his dream job, the relationship between the parents, and last but not least, of course, Aiden. I can't wait to get started. I'm your host, Karla Beltran, and I'm joined by my lovely ladies.
Hi guys, my name is Suzanne Quast, and I'm super excited. So much happened this episode, I feel like.
Right,
Yes.
it did. Hey everybody, I'm Monique Loveless, and I am ready to get into it.
Get her done.
I know. There's so much to cover. So let's get started. Stella doesn't have her GED.
She doesn't have her
Her
Diploma.
diploma, like
Her
she
high school diploma.
She didn't graduate from high school. How do we feel about that? How do you guys think? Do you guys think the parents did the right thing by lying to her and giving her a fake high school diploma?
I mean,
At the end of the day, it's hard to say because they did not believe she was going to live. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, well, but then it's like you weren't prepared for her to live.
Yeah.
So
you know, Sadie said it in one of the scenes where she was like, everybody lies to you, but you're dying. What's the point of really lying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like why couldn't they just say we're going to try to give you an honorary diploma considering the set of circumstances?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they took it a little too far.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, because that's a hard toss-up. Because, like, if she didn't live, then, I mean, the certificate was fine. The honorary certificate was fine.
Yeah.
But since she did,
but she
now
could
it's
still, like, okay, but
affecting-
considering the circumstances, like, I'm sure the principal would have a heart and still let her graduate with her
Yeah.
class. No?
And not only that, but I feel like she could have learned so much during the time that she was going through her sickness while being in school. And I think it would have been beneficial for her to kind of have actually gone through school in real life and have to actually believe, like, okay, I need to study, I need to do this. Because if anything, I feel like it would have served her as a motivation to keep thriving and keep moving forward in life and just keep doing better. And them telling her, like, oh yeah, you're awesome at math, when really she doesn't know what, like, you know, a fraction is or something like that. I'm just like,
Well,
oh,
she
okay.
knew a certain math. So I always say that about myself too. I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at math. And I'm always looking at somebody else. But take me into a store, I know my percentages. Like, they'd be like 40% off of $29. I'm like, oh yes, I know that. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
So I'm just like, well, I have to like think about it real quick.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
But it's like one of those things where I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a toss-up for me.
Yeah.
It is, and look, as a parent, I'm not a parent, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you want your child to be happy. You want your kid to feel accomplished. And I'm sure she was probably still doing schoolwork. It
Yeah.
just wasn't to maybe the same extent as the other kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's just, it's now, like you said, now that she's alive, like, and she was like, my whole life
Yeah.
has been a lie. What is real? But you know what? I give her a lot of credit. She wants to, or at least, you know, in the beginning, we think that she's going to actually
Try.
Try. Yeah.
Like, really
I mean,
try.
she tried, though. If anything,
did,
I think
yeah.
she tried. She studied. She stayed up. But she couldn't do it once she got there. She didn't complete
She
the
didn't.
test.
And
She
you
didn't even
said-
start the test.
You said something about failure, and this was a quote from the episode. It
Yes,
said-
Jason got really
Yes.
deep.
Yes.
He said,
Um,
"Failure and failing It's only a failure if you give up."
Yes.
So see, she's not giving up, so she's not a failure.
Yeah, he said that Aiden. Sorry, I called him Jason.
Oh.
Aiden, aka Jason's. But yeah, he was kind of deep this episode.
He was. And I can't wait for us to
He
get
did quote that.
there with him. What do you guys think about her wanting the manager position? Do you guys think she was fit for the manager position on the new coffee shop, or you guys think that there's something else that's out there bigger for her that she could possibly be?
Honestly, I probably don't think she's maybe qualified yet. But I think it was really beautiful that our coworker was like, yeah, but while you're figuring it out, it's okay to be here.
Yeah.
Like, look, wherever we are in life, right? We want to, like, of course, you want to strive to that next level.
Yeah.
But I think there's also something to be said for being content with where you are,
Right.
while also trying to then achieve whatever the bigger picture is.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people in LA have side jobs
Exactly.
Right.
to help,
Yes.
you know, nurture
To help-
their dreams?
Their dreams to make it here, because it's crazy here. But I thought, with that, I thought it was. This is the type of person I am. I'm like, reach for the stars immediately. Like, skip all the journey. That's me. And sometimes I have to come back down. Because when she said, I'm going to apply, she was really excited about applying for the manager position. And I was like, don't you apply for that manager position. Like, you need to strive higher.
Oh,
like,
I agree with you.
You know, you need to strive
I
higher.
agree.
You need to be like a nurse in the hospital or something. So, I don't know. This episode was kind of like a toss-up for me for a lot of things. So I'm not sure. I don't think that would be a responsibility that she would want to take on. Like her manager did say, you know, while you're figuring out, it's okay to be here, but to take on more responsibility where you have to actually put a lot of focus onto that. I don't
And a lot more work and everything.
But I think she was also looking
do.
for probably something to, like she was saying, to be good at something.
Yeah.
Like, she needed something to kind of like, I'm a manager.
Define herself. Because, we define ourselves by all the things that we do in life. Like our jobs, our careers, our stuff like that. And she has none of that right now.
Yeah.
Like, she's starting out. She doesn't even have a diploma.
And not only that, but personally, I feel like she doesn't have enough experience to even try to be a manager, because I know that she probably has the age, because she keeps talking about her manager is 20 years old, so we kind of assume the fact that she's older, yet she doesn't actually have the experience to even take the manager post, because we see, like, towards the end of the episode, she's barely learning how to make a latte or like filling up the machine. And it's like, I feel like when you get to, you have to start from somewhere in order to get to the top. Like, you don't just arrive and be like, oh, I want to be a manager. You arrive, you start by taking out the trash, you start by serving the coffee, you start by changing all these different things. Like, you can't just walk in and be like, oh, well, here's my college degree, so now you can go ahead and put me as the manager of your store.
Right.
So it was kind of one of those things where, like, I didn't really like that part, because I feel like we need to see her develop her character more as a person of, like, okay, I just got out of cancer, I didn't finish high school, so why not maybe start going to school, actually do something? Because at the end, we do also see that her dad gives her the diploma, and she takes it. So to me, that was a little bit of her giving up, and I personally didn't like that. I didn't really like the fact that she took the diploma.
I didn't think it was that she was giving up.
Really?
I mean, no. I think that it's still, education and obviously everything she's doing, you know, she is going to try to do on her own.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. If your dad did that for you.
I would take it immediately. I graduated early because I hated school.
Okay.
Like,
smart.
Yeah, I could not deal. It's like, there's just certain things that you're good at, and then there's just certain things that you're just like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And I think with her, you know, trying to go back and learn those type of things are always harder when you're older than when you're actually in school and going through it.
Agreed.
So the fact that she would have to know all of this and do all of this work and stuff like that, it's just kind of like, okay, I'll skip over that. That's one hurdle. I'll just skip. But she even said it too. She was like, you know, I want to fail sometimes in life and get back up and be okay. But this is just one of those times that it was too hard. And I just, you know, if I'm given a branch, I'm going to take it and excel. As long as she excels with it.
Yeah.
And does something with it. And doesn't just take it to them. Do nothing. I hear you.
Then I think it was okay to take it.
And how do you guys feel about the fact that she didn't get the job?
I think that's good.
Yeah.
And like you said, I feel like that was sort of what's right is right. It's not like she was a manager someplace else and then she could, you know, come and step in as in like that kind of position at the coffee shop. So I think it was a good thing overall for the show.
Yeah.
I feel like it was super realistic too.
I agree.
Because, like, when the girl was saying, even her manager never told her you're good for the job. She said, I just don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah.
So she was just trying to push her out, but I think it still made it realistic to not give her the job, of course.
That and I feel like she got her sense of purpose through her relationship with Sadie and fighting for that.
Her volunteer
and that
work.
was much more important, I think, in the grand scheme of everything, and what she probably realized, as opposed to just the job.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Nadej. We thank you for being here last
Yeah,
week.
seriously.
For Skyping
Thank you so
in.
much.
That
I
was
was so
great.
bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
She's
I
so
loved her,
sweet.
and I love that we're getting to see her a little bit more and more. And, like,
Yeah.
getting to see her background and stuff. It's so exciting. Moving forward with Wes. Wes has a dream to build furniture, and he not only looks sexy while building furniture, but he's actually
good.
really good at making furniture.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about him giving up his dream to be there to support Stella?
I think sometimes it happens. I don't think he's fully given up on it.
I agree.
I think he's in the place where we all come when we have a dream, which is most people out here in LA. When you have a dream and you have bills and you have to keep the roof over your head and, food in your refrigerator and basic things like that. So I really loved this part because we see the real struggle of do we want to move up in this company that we hate, but we do well at, but we hate, and then we will never get to really do our dream.
Yeah.
It was so true.
It was really good. It was really good because that's what we struggle with. I'm pretty sure all of us right here have come to that struggle at one point, where you have to decide and you have to make a decision and you have to that's hard. It's like it's right there in front of you, but
you have to pay your bills. You have to eat. You have, and not only that, but then when you're in a marriage, I got married really young, and that was something. I'm no longer married, but that was. I don't want to ring. You are not.
Ring.
About that, but the thing was, we were both artists, and so it was a constant. Well, it's supposed to be a constant give and take. Of okay, I'm going to support you now a little bit with this, and then it will be your turn.
Yeah.
And then I'll step up and in ways that
make those sacrifices.
Yes.
Yeah, the back and forth sacrifices happen when you're artistic and you're in the artist world.
Yeah, and there needs to be that balance between a relationship that both wants to do something artistic. Like for right now, Stella doesn't really know what she wants to do. We kind of have a feeling like we know what she wants to do and we know what Wes wants to do, but as of right now, really all Stella has been doing has been taking and taking and taking and taking. And for Wes, I really, truly admire him because for the past couple of months, he's giving up everything to be there for her. And that's just, it's so beautiful. And it shows that the relationship, even though it was started really quickly, it really does show how much he loves her because nobody's going to sacrifice that much for you. It's like, people don't really do that.
Well, I think they can,
yeah,
but at the same time, I thought it was an interesting.
I think they do.
I thought it was an interesting moment between Wes and Diego when he
Yes,
said
yes.
he was like, I think I'm just a type of guy that doesn't get to achieve and try to fulfill my dreams. And Diego agreed, but I also think that he said something interesting, and he was like, well, maybe at this, as much as it's good to talk to me, you should really talk to your wife.
Her.
Yes. Communication is key in that type of relationship. I don't really feel as though there are certain things that Stella still brings to relationships, so I don't think she's taking everything. I feel like she does bring certain things to the relationship that are great and beneficial to him too. Money, financials is always a big part of a relationship. So I do understand, I see his frustration, but at the same time, he's very loving about it. So he's understanding. So I'm hoping to see him be able to not have to go full time in the wealth management side and be able to.
I think that's eventually what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think, I
furniture.
agree. And I don't think Stella's taking necessarily on purpose. I think now she's trying to step up. She's like, I'm trying. And, I forget. He was like, yeah, but your manager position really would only be an extra
$4.
Yeah.
Because she said, I'd be making way more money.
He's like,
And
reality here, sweetheart.
Right. In reality, how do you feel like we're paying the bills? It's not going to be with an extra $4 an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that but we also see the side of where she cooks and she does, she does that part and she makes sure that emotionally.
I agree.
She tries because she's like, oh, in the morning we wake up and when we had an argument, we don't talk to each other. But now I've decided to try something new. Yeah. So she's giving in the way that she can, but it is kind of like a kid right now. Like she lived her whole life this certain way, and now all of a sudden she has to live her life differently because now she has a chance. And
people in here are saying, do you think that Wes and Stella are going to stay together? One, and did you think that Wes was cheating in the bathroom when she walked in?
I did not think he was cheating.
I didn't think he was cheating either.
No.
Because I don't see Wes doing that. After realizing everything that he's done for her, I just don't think.
I just don't feel like you any man, if you are that dumb to cheat in the house,
in Skype, in the bathroom,
like loud, like the door is not, the door ain't gonna stop from hearing certain things. Like, so if you are that dumb, you don't need to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Who did you guys think it was? Did you?
I didn't know who it was.
Me neither.
I didn't have an idea, but I knew he wasn't cheating. I knew he wasn't cheating.
Well, do you think that they're gonna last? I mean, I know we're gonna get to predictions, but people are asking.
Yeah, I feel like we should do that in predictions.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it.
Okay. Just want to stay true to what the peeps are saying.
We got you. Shout out. We got you.
Who was that? Let's give them a shout out.
Okay, hold on. There were several of them. Un momento, por favor.
All the people in the chat
Billie
room.
Jean Girl 24 was asking about if we thought Wes was cheating in the bathroom. And we can keep going and I'll give a shout out.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much in the chat. Honestly, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We totally appreciate your guys' comments, so please comment below. Let us know what your answers are. And if you guys have any questions, of course, we will answer them.
And then we can also ask the cast.
Yes.
So we can try to get some inside scoop for you guys.
Right.
Yes, definitely. But before we move on to our next topic, I want to go ahead and talk about our owner, our founder, everything to us is Maria Menounos. Maria Menounos has a podcast, and if you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we have a podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more, let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. And be sure to rate and comment. And when you do, let Maria know that it was us, Life Sentence, who sent you there. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out.
Boom.
Boom.
It's amazing. And Carmela's prediction is that they are not going to stay together. They're not by the end of the season. So Anyway.
Yeah.
Monique, she's like, I'm feeling a certain type of way right now. Well, I want to talk a little bit about the relationship of their parents. How do you guys feel about them kind of interacting together and that whole interaction at the park with their grandkids?
I thought it was really sweet, and it's a dream come true. I come from divorced parents, and to have two parents that can have difficulties and actually come back together. And I thought it was believable the way in which it happened. Yeah. Right? Because the grandkids were the one that asked. And so it seemed organic and it seemed natural. And I thought it was sweet that the dad gave Ida a pep talk. And she was like, not feeling very good. He's like, no, you're thriving.
You're thriving. Yeah. I thought it was cool to see it too. I loved it. Felt kind of like a closure, like they validated each other to go ahead and move on. Like they're okay. They're beginning to be okay. Yeah. In each other's like new lives, or at least more him in her new life. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. I liked it.
I loved it, honestly. I really enjoyed the fact that it was the grandkids, because it's kind of like it brought them back together. And to me, it was like, wow, this is probably how they were when they had their kids and their kids were young and when they were playing at the park. And they weren't really worrying about Stella being sick. It was kind of like one of those moments where like they were able to just enjoy. And the fact that they were able to like hang out together and still go to family dinners and all of that, it's just, I really liked it.
Well, too, I think the dad, as much as it would be difficult because he can't compete with a woman, at the same time, he's not competing with another man.
Yeah.
So, like, a little bit of that ego, like, I don't know, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Who is this new man around my kids or whatever?
Yeah.
And so, all right, I guess I'm the only one that's thought about that. But
Well, no, and I think it's true. I totally see that, because I mean, as a men are protective, you know, of like they're territorial, I guess you would say. So for him having 3 kids and going through that whole stage with growing up with all their kids and everything, it just, I don't know. I liked it. I totally understand what you mean.
thank you.
Somebody agrees.
Do you want to tell us your thoughts?
No, I already did. So.
Okay.
That was all I thought about it. Like, okay. I liked it. It was cool. It was like more of the mellow part of the show.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Well, leaving the mellow part and getting into the juicy part that we've all been waiting for tonight, our lovely Aiden.
Which my predictions came true from last week.
They did.
No,
They did.
when we had them sitting here,
we were like,
yes,
he's not the dad of the baby. We already know that.
When I was like, is he really? Because that seemed pretty quick. I mean, it can happen. We know it can happen, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yes, people.
right. But I was like, that was my moment.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't ever question that. We just automatically knew it was him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when he arrived at the house, that was great.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about when he decided to move in. So he goes and visits Marlene, sees that the house is gorgeous. And I mean, who wouldn't want to move in with Marlene?
Right.
Like,
I
I would even be like,
right?
Marlene, I will be the aunt of your baby. I don't know you, but I'll move in.
Right.
Use your pool. Don't mind me.
I would help you in every capacity that you need.
Yeah.
Except for watching the child.
Exactly.
I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. I love kids. I'm kidding.
No, just like
You guys take note right now, okay? Did we think in the beginning of the episode, before we find out everything, that him moving in was like too quick?
Yeah. But it like seemed really appropriate for Aiden, right? Like, it seemed like a very Aiden choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was definitely him. I knew it was going to happen when she was like, "Oh,
yeah.
my husband moved out.
Yeah.
He's gone." I was like, "Oh, he's automatically going in. He's
Yeah.
going in for the kill. He's ready for it because it's a nice place. So you go from rodents in a small little guest house to this place that has a pool
Yeah.
and all types of goodness to it. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful. So of course,
Yeah, it's better than I guess hearing your father maybe having intercourse in the room next
with the girl
door.
that you already had sex
Yes. That's so... I can't
Awkward.
even. I can't.
Yeah.
Just,
Right, but I thought this was an interesting episode for Aiden.
It really was. This episode was really a lot about Aiden and him growing, kind of him. We see another
Little
side,
growing,
another side of Aiden. He hears the heartbeat of his baby, and the way that he just went down and sat down, he was like, as soon as he heard that heartbeat and he saw his child at the time, he melted, and he was like, he decided to take the big decision and ask her to marry him.
I like this Aiden.
I did. What did you? You have made quite a turn on. This was a man who called him slow. Maybe he had a disability.
He's been a loser for a really long time right now. But I like this part of Aiden.
Yeah.
This is the Aiden I actually like. I'm like, oh my
Okay,
God.
everybody was giving me trash when we had him here because I was like, I would like a good Aiden, and everybody's like, no, bad Aiden all the way, and now we're getting the good Aiden, guys.
No, I never liked the bad Aiden. So
really,
no, she knows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She hears my side comments like, no, I think he's slow. No,
I think it was Suzanne and Maddie, huh? Maddie, that
yeah. But I think it was great, and it was sweet that I think his heart was in the right place when he said,
it was.
When he has the boy or girl that he wants them to at least know that he tried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, I think that was really great. Now again, it was still a little impulsive.
Yeah,
I think we could gradually, but it was.
But that's Aiden.
Yeah,
that's his original
He moves in the day
personality.
before, the day after. He's asking her to marry him.
Yeah, he's one of those I take life just by storm type people.
Yeah.
So I'll do anything at the drop of a hat because what can you lose at this point? So I felt like he did do things very fast, but like he said, because even Stella was like, well, aren't you going to see how Dad reacts? And he's like, I'm going to love his face. Like, I'm going to love to see his face during this, announcement. So he knows what he does.
He does.
He does.
A lot of
He's very
people in
aware.
the chat were saying that they knew the baby was not Marlene's.
Yeah.
I feel like that was kind of the consensus.
That was my question when they were here.
A thing. It was totally a thing. I just...
Well, he would have had nowhere to go as a character. Really, if we look at the story, it's much more interesting for him to have this big moment and epiphany. We get to see a softer side of him.
Yeah.
That maybe there's a possibility that he has potential in there. I mean, but if now I feel like he has another place to go again, so now he can still be a womanizer, but maybe a reformed womanizer.
A reformed one.
A one that goes after single ladies.
Yes!
Not
for
married
starters.
ones.
More sorority girls now.
Yes, sorority girls.
I guess he's really not reformed.
Yeah.
But
well, at least that's a start. Sorority girls hopefully are more single than
just let's hope they're of age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they should be.
I think
when you start
sorority
college,
girls,
you're
at least 18.
Yeah.
Okay, at least no, they have to be older than that.
I was 17
saying
when I started
minority.
college.
I mean, I understand the age that they can be, but I think for it to be appropriate. How old is he in the show?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think we know.
So yeah, no, it cannot be.
Yeah. I
Anyways.
mean, nowadays anything is kind of acceptable over the age of 18. The month you turn 18, it's like
According to
the
who?
night.
right. The night.
You were like, I'm 18 now.
I'm 18 now.
Legal.
Now I
You
can come
can't
out
go to
and say
jail.
I'm dating this 32-year-old.
No, 18-year-olds don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good.
It's not, but I think it happens to everybody, right? I dated older guys when I was young. Like,
that much of an age difference?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know, the older men were just more enticing. So.
I like how she turned out.
I know.
Great.
God, that was really funny, actually.
I actually like that song that I think it's Camila Cabello who sings that she likes older men because they bring her flowers and stuff. I'm like, oh,
The girl from Fifth Harmony.
Oh, is that
Camilla?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce
Aiden is not bringing anyone flowers for the record.
No. He's cute enough to just slide in the DM and get,
Definitely.
So,
I thought it was cool too how Marlene with that scene in the end, and she was or he was saying how he would come help when the baby's born, and she was like, "Come on,
please
give me
be
the truth."
honest.
Like,
because I was like, oh, that was a nice move, but he knows he's not going to be showing up.
All knew, even in his face when he was saying, he's like, "Oh, I'll be here for the baby." It's like, no, you're not.
He didn't. The one thing I said too is he didn't take it very rough either when he found out that it wasn't his.
I think if anything, it was more of a relief for him,
but not having to move out of the house.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would be a tough pill to swallow in front of your whole family.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? You have everybody over. I mean, it would be really weird for us
to announce an engagement. Yeah.
I don't even think about as a woman perspective.
Right.
Wow, no.
I mean, they shouldn't have showed. She should have just covered that up. She could have just kind of.
But what if she didn't know?
I don't think she noticed.
She didn't know.
This is her first
I think
child.
she was just too excited for the fact that Aiden moved in. She's having a baby. Aiden
Right.
wants to get married. So she's
Don't
just like,
have
oh,
me
this
out
is the
here
baby.
having
You
y'all
know?
doing shady stuff.
She was so
Yeah.
excited. She was wearing her husband's.
Her ex-husband's
ex-husband's
ring.
I'd be like, I don't need a fancy one, but we just need a different one.
Yeah.
Right. Can we represent our love, not past love? But,
Yeah.
you know, she was just happy to
Well,
have
Aiden
somebody
thought
in
it
her
was
life.
cool. So, I mean,
Clearly.
Of course he did. He didn't want to have to buy one. Although I am kind of excited that he's moving back in with the dad. I love him and the dad.
Really?
Okay, did you guys
do.
realize that they were wearing
all
the same
dressed.
pants, same like colored top, except without the tie and the thing, and then they drank their beer at the same time? I was like, literally, they're the same person.
I
Let's
like
see how this goes. I think he's going back to loser.
No, I think he learned something.
Or did
from
he really
this.
turn? Did he really? Do you guys think he really turned like in that moment? Like he had an epiphany and he's going to be different?
I think it takes a little bit of time
Yeah.
to like all of a sudden like that's a lot to be thrown at you, and then to be like expect him to that night or the next day to have his own apartment and a job and like a normal like life. I think is
Well,
a lot to sort of
And not
expect.
only that, because I feel like for him, due to Stella's sickness, he's had to hide a lot of how he actually felt. He's had to be really strong. So I feel like we actually didn't get to see how he really felt. I think we'll be able to eventually see kind of how he felt about the baby and about marriage and about moving in with with Marlene. I think we'll get to see a little bit about how he really felt about finding everything. Because in a way, it's like you get excited about all these things and then all of a sudden they clash for you in like a second. And I don't think we really got to see how he felt. Like,
I honestly felt like he had the moment right then and there. He didn't feel much of like
Really?
any despair or anything. Like he wasn't like distraught, like, oh my gosh, guys. His mom was just like, it's not your baby. And he was like, hey, we're off.
Oh, okay, well,
He
two
was like,
things.
yes.
One is we did get to see him, I think a couple moments in previous episodes,
Yeah.
his heart. We got to see him when the cat was dug up.
yeah.
Oh, he cried about that because the cat had cancer. And then the dad and him had a moment also
Yeah.
at the kitchen counter when he said that you've never told me you're proud of me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he
feel like
had
a
great moments.
But see, I felt like too, like, I think you said this, but he felt relieved.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was
Yeah.
a part of him that was excited and he was like getting caught up in being a dad and what that
Yeah.
would like mean, and like he could kind of imagine his life. But then there's a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot to take in after you
But
just
I don't
took
think you-
care of somebody for 8 years.
Right, that's true. I was about to say that too. Like, I don't think that he really like. I think it's hard to take it in when you're pregnant. You're like, yeah, we're pregnant, but it's hard to really take it in of how a baby really is until
Yeah.
you have the baby.
Yeah.
Especially
So-
for men.
Yeah, so I don't know if he really had the time to take it in, but it's also the thought there about Stella, like how their family dynamic was if
Yeah.
anything was wrong with this baby. So it's like you don't have to worry about those type of things
Yeah.
anymore. And I don't know, I just felt like he was like, okay, in this episode, I just felt like he revealed his feelings and it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he is okay.
Maybe he is okay, and that's okay because it's not his baby, and he's kind of. I feel like this kind of gives him a leeway to find a different way for him to grow.
I agree.
Because I didn't really like the fact that he was like, oh, I'm gonna grow right now. I'm gonna grow more now because I'm gonna have a baby and I'm gonna be married and I'm gonna be living with like my wife. I feel like that's just too easy. I think he needs to actually go through life and try and find a job and just do a lot more things. And I feel like that this relief is probably going to be a push for him to kind of.
It's funny,
Move
I wanted to
forward.
see it. I wanted to see him get married and have
Because
a kid.
you like
and-
this Aiden. This is
Yeah.
I like this Aiden. I feel like this would chill out the Aiden that is such a loser to me.
But we love Aiden.
I
I
agree.
I love this Aiden. I really do. He's growing on me. Literally when I
This
watched
one
him,
is
he was
growing on
like,
me.
he's like, no, I wouldn't be there for your baby. I was like, I like you.
Yeah.
Because
So-
it was like he was grounded and then he topped it with honesty.
Yeah.
So it made it, it's like he has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor, which I really like. So I think the part of him of the sense of humor, but when you're funny and you're a loser, like you're just, you're not.
Jason, we don't think you're a loser.
No,
Yeah, not at all.
I like Jason, but Aiden. Aiden is like funny and a loser. Like those guys are just annoying. Like be on your business.
Yeah.
And you can have you can be humorous and honest or whatever, but not humorous and loser. Like those don't combine. That's not a good combination. No,
you can be funny and a loser.
No, that's why you're not married, right? That's why you're not married anymore.
The person I'm dating now is not a loser.
Okay, exactly. So you're not dating
funny.
a loser.
That's true.
So he can be funny, but you can't be funny and a loser, because then it's like you're not just taking. People are going like eventually you're going to look at somebody and be like, you're just not taking life seriously, and I'm over here taking life seriously, and I can't deal with you.
Yeah, you're right. I need an adult.
Yeah,
I get you. I agree with you.
You can be humorous, but you got to be on top of your business. You can't be humorous and be a loser.
Yeah. Well, let's dive into some predictions.
Yes, I agree.
Now, your AfterBuzz
Predictions sound
TV
like ghost music.
Yeah.
predictions.
Like Halloween.
It's
Mysterious.
So we will start with the prediction that one of our members in the chat said. Will Stella and Wes stay together?
Yes. Definitely.
I think that they're going to go through a little bit of a bad patch. I think that the woman came back that he was in love with before, and we saw in the preview that said that he was supposed to marry her.
Yes.
And
I think
Stella was the rebound.
Yeah, so I think that's going to then
Okay,
give Stella.
Stella was not the rebound.
I don't think Stella was the rebound.
Well,
think
that's what
so.
she said. I'm just saying. I'm just quoting what she said.
Oh, okay.
That was her, her emotional.
That was her emotional feeling, as though
Yeah.
she was the rebound.
But so I think then that's going to give Stella then some time with the new doctor.
Ooh.
And I think they But I think they have to do that, because if Stella went and started flirting with the doctor, we'd hate her, right?
Yeah, she mentioned it.
Yes.
And Wes is so amazing, so they have to send us on a journey with Wes that we might not think that he's as great as.
So are you feeling like they're going to separate and kind of explore what they thought could be there with,
and then come back,
and then come back.
maybe he has a moment, and then she has a moment, and then they come back. That's my prediction.
Okay.
I kind of like
I
that
love that prediction. You know what? I knew that the doctor was going to stay for some time. I really was hoping for the doctor to stay, especially from the beginning when we saw him.
Why?
Because, come on, he's a doctor.
You seem like such a relationship person. I don't understand why you would want her to cheat.
No, I didn't think she was going to cheat on him, but I did think she was going to doubt her relationship because of the doctor and the relationship that she's going to build with the doctor, because she's spending a lot of time in the hospital.
Yeah.
I feel like, if anything, she spends more time in the hospital than she does at home with Wes.
So here are some of the people in the chat. They said Carmela says that Stella and Wes won't last, and that Sadie and the cancer doctor will get together.
Sadie is a little kid. And the
Yeah.
cancer doctor should not be with little kids.
Yeah.
We just discussed this. That's statutory rape. So I'm not going to agree with that, Camilla. Sorry.
Carmela.
Yes.
It's okay. But
This is the CW, so we're going to keep it, real PG.
Yeah.
But
I think we will see some Stella and maybe Doctor action during this. I feel like they're probably going to go on a break. I feel like Stella's going to go on a little...
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Okay.
I do like y'all's predictions. I can see that. They kind of go on their way to explore new things and then coming back together. But I just, for some reason, I feel like they're showing their relationship being so strong, even though they have to go through ups and downs. They're showing how a real marriage or how a real relationship is. So I feel like they're going to tough it out. I feel like they're going to hopefully have that communication.
Yeah.
And that they're going to, tough it out. There might be a rough patch, but...
See, I don't think that they're going to have, time apart. I think it's going to be a thing where,
cheating?
No, I don't even know if they'll cheat.
I don't think they'll do cheating.
But I think they'll have emotional connection. Or Stella's going to have an emotional connection with the doctor. She's going to be upset talking about Wes. And what's that woman's name? Pippa?
Pippa.
Yeah, Pippa.
And I think that
like Pippa.
Yeah.
Like Kate Middleton.
so I think that's what's gonna happen. So
Okay.
then they're gonna
My last question. Do you guys think we'll see Marlene again, or is Marlene gone now?
I do want to see Marlene. I want to see the ex-husband come back in the door and her let him know that I would like to see that play out.
Yeah.
Like, you're the father.
Yeah.
And who he is and how he reacts. And maybe if he has to sit down with Aiden.
Yeah.
we should start a hashtag. Keep Marlene on live sentence.
Right.
Yes, definitely. Well, I loved all those predictions, and I'm so excited to come back next week and talk a lot more about life sentence. We get to meet Pippa, and we're so excited. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us in the chat. I'm your host, Karla Beltran. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Karla Beltran, or on Twitter at Karla Beltran with an R at the end.
Wait, can I correct something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Carmela did not say Sadie in the cancer. It was my fault. I misread it. I just can't read. Maybe I should go back to school. She said Aiden and the cancer doctor will get together. Remember? I'm so sorry, Carmela. That is my fault. I can't read clearly.
Yes. Oh, that could be a good one.
That would be a good one.
that
I
would.
wanted to see the doctor again, so
Yeah.
I really do hope that they bring the doctor.
Maybe explore a little more mature.
Yes, definitely.
Aiden.
Well, guys, don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media networks at AfterBuzz TV. And where can they find you, ladies?
You can find me on all social media at Suzanne Quast.
And you can find me everywhere at Miss Mo Loveless, and that's MS Mo Loveless. And also tune in on Tuesday nights for The Voice at 10 p.m. And I'm also on Trust, which is a great show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m.
That's awesome. Well, by the way, guys, happy International Mermaid Day. By the way, Siren does premiere tonight. So if you are a Freeform fan or if you love mermaids, go ahead and tune into Freeform now. There's a 2-hour season premiere, and we'll be hosting the show here after. So we'll see you guys then. Ciao.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.